This is Into Beats 106.5 FM. Hello, this is Amy Botez here from PEPPED Productions. What have you all been doing? Well, I've been rushing quite a bit recently. Unfortunately, that is one of my bad habits. I tend to rush around and not give myself time to think. And so this has been a particularly busy week because my husband recently got his British citizenship and we had to go to the council chamber for a citizenship ceremony. It was a great occasion, but being me, I worked up to the very last second. I rushed to my daughter's school to pick her up after morning lessons. I rushed to the ceremony, and it was only then that it really hit me. We've done it. After years of stressing and worrying and making appointments and spending all that money, etc., we'd achieved what we had set out to achieve. And now it was time to pause and enjoy. Okay, so a little bit more about me, just in case you missed my programme last week. I'm a professional RADA-trained actress and communication coach, and I offer training and coaching to business professionals in everything from presentation skills to personal impact in meetings, to confidence building, to team building. Anything to do with communication and making the most of who you are, we can help you with. We use physical, vocal, and mental exercises to literally take a person from Clark Kent to Superman. Now, if you wondered how the average person can use acting techniques to become the best possible version of themselves, you're in luck, because for the next 5 weeks, I'll be sharing my top tips on how to perform your life. After all, I believe that life is one long improvisation, and to nick a phrase from Shakespeare, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Okay, so going back to my story of rushing to my husband's citizenship ceremony. I'd rushed there. I'd worked up to the last minute. And it was only when I was sitting in the ceremony itself that I'd remembered to pause. How many of us forget to pause? How many of us give ourselves time to pause? Not just when we're speaking, but when we're lost in thought or engrossed in an activity, like trawling through emails or rushing to get your child to school in the morning. And it's really not healthy to be constantly on the go. Remember the phrase, haste means waste? Well, it's true. Giving yourself time to think can sometimes save you time. Giving yourself time to breathe can allow you time to formulate your next phrase. A mindful pause, to smell the roses, as it were, can transform your mood. So starting with today, give yourself time to think. Give your audience time to think. Take a pause. In the theatre, or on the radio, or in real life, it can sometimes seem like taking a bit of a risk to take the time to pause. But it can be massively powerful. A dramatic pause after a big statement, for example, can lend weight to what you have just said. Think Churchill. We will fight them on the beaches. Pause. We will fight them on the landing grounds. Pause. We will never. Pause. Surrender. It wouldn't be the same without the pauses, would it? We will fight them on the landing grounds. We'll never surrender. Just not the same. And it doesn't have to just be when you're speaking. Taking a pause for breath in order to gather your thoughts, or just a small pause away from your desk to regroup and re-energise yourself before charging back into the action, can totally transform how a situation plays out. Looking back at the process of applying for my husband's citizenship, I can see that I caused myself a lot of unnecessary stress, simply by not taking the time to pause and get a little perspective. You can listen back to this segment on my website, which is www.peppedproductions.co.uk, and if you have any comments or you want to share something, please don't hesitate to follow me on Twitter @WeArePepped, and you can use the hashtag WeArePepped, that's PEPPED, or check us out on Facebook, where we're listed as PEPPED Productions. This is coming from Into Beats 106.5 FM.